We've dug up some of the craziest, wildest, most insane bikes ever for this very special event. It is the 50th running of Truett and Osborn. We've got so many great motorcycles to see. Come on, guys, let's go. There was a day when they believed two engines were better than one. That philosophy no longer rings true. Riders today have a lot more luxury, but what happened to the doubles? In this video, we're going to see some of them run down the racetrack, and we're also going to find out why they don't make them anymore. Welcome to Kansas International Dragway. Guys, so much history here. 50 years of Truett and Osborn, and we've got a lot of fast nitro bikes to see. Like Team Mike Bonmeyer, Team Law Tigers, and a whole lot more. Plus, we'll see some throwback nostalgia, ultra cool races. Oh, we're paying homage to the legends. Is it true Mike Bonmeyer was at the first T&O? The first!
I'm old enough to have been at the first.
How about that? Let's take a quick look at some of this history and how things used to be. 50 years of history is what we're talking about here, guys. 50 years, truly amazing, and they've knocked it out of the park this year because this place is packed. That's right, it's the 50th, and it's time to get this party started with top fuel eliminations. Here comes Mitch Brown. Mitch is lucky enough to get a buy run on this modern top fuel Harley. They'll take a shot at the racetrack. Whoa, Mitch getting loose. Oh, John Red Ray, that is called getting loose. Thank goodness that was a buy run. What'd you see?
See where it hit the bump out there? It upset the tire.
Wow.
When it went up on the hump is when it come loose.
All right, well, you're going to the next round, so hopefully no damage, right?
No, no damage.
Excellent.
It's too soft to have any damage.
Too soft. That's the key to this racetrack. Keep it soft, guys. They're going on to the next round. A real tuners battle out here, though. This track crew's doing the best that they can. Remember, we got a VHT shortage. We got all kind of stuff going on, and we got more fast motorcycles coming up. And look what's up next. Pop your popcorn and stay with us all throughout this video. Well, here at Truett and Osborn, it is a celebration of the past, guys. We've got nostalgia, double engine bikes coming up. Who knows if that's going to stay together? This takes some serious courage. In fact, we caught up with Scott Truett earlier to learn all about that and how they once believed double engine bikes were the way to go. Before we see it run, let's get the promoter's take on this piece of history. 50th running of the Truett and Osborn race, and I gotta say big congratulations to this man, Mr. Scott Truett, because first question, how do you keep a race alive for 50 years? People struggle to do it for 2 or 3.
100%. Family, tradition, it's all the above, you know. It's not just about drag racing, it's about, you know, making connections and everybody having fun, you know. That's the bottom line. Didn't know if it's on a metric bike or a top fuel Harley. Everybody comes to have a good time. Let's
talk a little bit about what's under the tent, because I think it's awesome. Your father's motorcycle, Marion Owens' motorcycle, one of your friends' motorcycles, and double engines. There was a day when they believed 2 engines were better than one, but we saw that school of thought eventually run its course. What do you know about the double engine bike?
So back in the early 70s, they decided to put 2 motors together so they can double the power, you know, and then we go double, you know, faster. But they realized it's heavier, so you got double the weight. So it didn't quite go as they thought, but it was a learning curve, and they sound great. I mean, if you ever heard a double motor, it's so cool. I mean, that's just a special piece of history. There's a couple out here this weekend, and to hear them run, that's old school. You gotta love it.
Well, we're gonna hear some today, so really, really appreciate it. Yes, let's get you to this epic showdown. Right, race fans, that's 2 engines. Not always about speed, about survival. He's out in front. Oh, he blew it up. He blew it up. He blew up the double, but takes the win. Do they have an extra motor? Got some nitro. Hey, the double engine is going on to the next round. Congratulations.
Hey, we made more than 3 in a row.
We're coughing, we're crying. There's nitromethane in the air, but that double is going on to the finals. Big congratulations. Beats the grasshopper. More crazy nostalgia bikes coming, but first, let's get you to the modern pro fuel category. 50 years of history, guys, and one of the greatest turnouts we've ever seen, and we are getting down the thick of it here in the nitro categories. Let's go. If you're wondering why we're seeing so many buy runs, it's because nitro is not your friend. It's taking people out left and right. Von Meyer Racing going to break the beam, save the equipment for the next round.
Yeah, well, too much breaking.
That's right. It's been a war of attrition here today, so they're going to save it. Guys, remember in professional drag racing, the standard for pro class is typically 90 minutes to turn them around. That's because they have to do so much maintenance, and that is if they don't break anything. If they break something, it could get more lengthy than that. So when you have a buy, all you have to do, break that beam under power, and you go to the next round. A lot of times these teams love it because they can sit back, relax, sip on some Gatorade, and get ready for the next one. Hog Power 2. How about Bonnie Truett's first double? Well, what I think is really cool about you guys too is you have a tremendous respect for the posterity. You're a great collector because a lot of these series I go to, they don't have records, they don't have past champions. You not only have all that, you have your original flyer from 1972.
100%.
How did you have the foresight to save all this stuff?
You know, so it's funny. My dad had given this to me when he closed his garage, and I never actually went through it till later. You know, I didn't know what I had, I should say. So one day I just happened to go through it after he had passed. I'm like, oh man, I've got the 1972 poster from the original one, which looks like, you know, a fun drag, not a serious drag, because back in the 70s, Harleys weren't known for going fast. Well, they are now, because here comes multi-time Pro Fuel champion. They call him the Fast Coon-ass Rocky Jackson from Louisiana as our no BS ref. Make sure everybody's playing by the rules. The Pro Fuel class is a carburetor class. They still burn nitro. And speaking of burning, look at all the smoke coming out of this motorcycle. What is going on? Something doesn't look right. And what? Something doesn't look right there either. What did it say on those leathers? I might have to take another look. Look at the smoke. Wow.
What's it say on his leathers?
What in the world? And is this motorcycle hurt? Rocky out in front. That motorcycle may indeed be hurt left lane because Rocky on the charge. Top end of the racetrack. He's going to take the win with an 827.
I don't know what it said on his leathers. I don't know what that was all about. I don't know what all that smoke was about. Let me know, but I know the right side, Rocky Jackson out of Louisiana gets the win. He's going on to the next round. I got nitro tears. I'm crying, but it's awesome. More fast motorcycles coming. These racers of yesteryear did not enjoy the safety features that we have here today. Really separated the men from the boys to go fast on one of these machines. Pleased to be joined with a motorcycle drag racing legend, the one and only Marion Owens. Did you tell me 83 years young? 82 years young. Does he look good or what? Give me a pound over here. He looks amazing. So nice to meet you. My father has your picture on the wall from back in the day. 10-time champion. What's it mean to you to be back out here for this event?
Great. People that age just like I have, I hardly recognize them now.
Yeah, things change quick. Well, speaking of changes, what do you think about the changes in the sport and how the bikes have changed since your day?
It always needs adjusting.
I agree with that. Now, we're looking at one of your classic motorcycles. There was a day when they believed two engines were better than one. That school of thought has gone by the wayside today.
Well, I'm overweight and always been heavy anyway, so I normally, when I double start winning races, I started running twin engine bikes and I can have more luck that way than we could by trying to race normal sized people with one motor, you know. Well, whoever's got the big and strongest motor is going to win.
Well, I was just talking how you're from Oklahoma City, and that really is a hotbed for classic top fuel motorcycle racing. That's where Sam Wills is from. That's where Big Carl was out of here for many years. Who was your fiercest rival? Because I know the great Elmer Trett was a double engine racer there too.
Elmer was fun, and I hung out a lot with him, went to his house and all. He used to work at a dealership, and you know, we raced a lot together and all over, and, you know, just all part of life. But somebody gets a story going or something, and somebody gets more involved and gives someone else more, you know. He got passed away on the, you know, on the track, had a wreck, so that's a bad way to go.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure. We miss them. That's why we're so glad that the legacy and the rich history of this sport's carrying on. I mean, I'm looking at all of the flyers they have here from 72. I think you raced the T&O. Is that true? Were you here for the first one?
Guys, we used to run for all of them even before they started the organization of them. When they'd have races, odds and ends, we run down that. This thing was closed down for a while, and they were running down there at that little track right north of the Kansas Oklahoma border.
Can you believe it's still going strong 50 years later? It's truly, truly amazing, huh?
Oh yeah,
I love it.
It's better for it to turn out like this than it is, going like you see.
Back in the 70s, Harleys weren't known for going fast. They were more for, going on the highway. So it was kind of cool. And as you can tell, it built up to, the pioneers of learning how to go fast on a Harley, and it's built up to everything, and it's been a great run.
It sure has. Let's get you back to some old school eliminations. Uh-oh, we could have a problem. Crazy Dave communicating with the tower. There may be something going on upstairs with the timing system. Let's sort this one out. Oh, Dave gives him the thumbs up. Disaster on the starting line. Crazy Dave shuts him off. Now, guys, this can be complicated. When you have a nitro bike, they can't just refire it. We'll see what Crazy Dave decides to do here. Guys, so here's what happened with the nitro bikes. And again, I talk about this, how Hayabusa ZX14, GSXR, Harley street bike, you hit the starter button. Well, these are nitro bikes, so the tower wasn't ready. They had to shut them off. You have to back them out, blow them out, because you never want to start a motor with nitro in it. If you do, run. But they'll get this rerun in. And it's not easy to stop when your adrenaline is flowing. That's tough. When you're ready to go, you got to blow these things out, huh?
Yeah.
Well, luckily they'll give you some time. We'll get her blown out. That's okay.
That could be you. You gotta understand.
Oh. Make a fair race. Just pulled all the spark plugs, blew all the nitro out.
No, wait, leave them out.
Hold on, they'll try again. Wait, he says leave them out again. He wants to make sure.
The plunger line is still full.
The launch line's full. This is where you don't want to make a mistake. You start this engine with nitro in it, it could explode. Blow it out. Cleared out the launch line, plugs out. When in doubt, blow it out. Crazy Dave yanking him off the starting line side by side. This one was worth the wait. What a race. The double out in front. The double's going to take the win, 591. A double wins. We got to go get the legend Marion Owens take on this one. The double still got it.
Buildings and businesses all over the world falling in the ground, blowing up, wind blowing them away.
That's right.
Stuff like that. So that ain't fixing nothing.
Amen. Well, last question for you. I love to ask all my legends this. With all your experience, what is the best advice right now you could give a young racer, perhaps a younger version of yourself? What is the best advice you can pass on?
Race and do the best you can with what you're available to do.
Race and do the best you can for what you're available to do. Thank you very much for being here, guys. He's the legend, Marion Owens. Is he cool or what? If you ever watched Marion race, let us know in the comments. And here comes a huge pro fuel showdown. This one's going to be tight. Two great racers, two gentlemen that have found success in this category. Let's get it on. Oh no, it looks like something wrong for former event winner Curtis Sexton. Is his bike leaking? This could be a disaster. Doesn't appear to be oil. What is it? Is it fuel? If it's leaking anything, it's going to be disqualification. Sexton unaware. Sexton can't believe it. Oh no, we're definitely leaking something here. I think Sexton's going to try to make this pass. I think the starter's going to shut him off though. Here comes the final call. What the leak was over here. Tough break for Curtis. Former winner of this event. His bid will stop right now. What was it, a little bit of fuel?
It's fuel.
Fuel, Tombo? Looks like it's fuel coming out of the overflow. They wanted to make the run, but Crazy Dave. Curtis, very sorry about your luck. Where was the excess fuel coming from?
Probably overflow tank. Ready to get shut off.
Sorry about that. That's drag racing for you, but
Man.
can't wait to see you again next time. Tough break. Crazy Dave, thanks. You were right on top of that one. These guys, it was just fuel, so they wanted to make the run. But we know if you leak any fluids at all, you can all go down the racetrack. So
Yeah, it could go in the guardrail. Anything could happen.
Safety first.
Not safe at all.
So good catch by you out there,
you.
and that's
Thanks
the
for
right
your
call.
time.
You're welcome. Unfortunately, guys, I know that Curtis wanted to make that pass, but that's part of it. You can't leak on the racetrack. Turn our attention to the metric category. The Legend Tombo's here, both his bikes victorious in round one. And here comes Smoke Lottie. He will be in the left lane out of Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Turbocharged Suzuki Hayabusa out of Tombo Racing. Great rivalry developing between the Cycle Shop and Tombo Racing. Here comes this young lady's father on a ZX14. That's Team Shoop, and uh-oh. Looks like transmission problems over here for Lottie. Tombo, the Legend, trying to get this thing in gear. Man, did I tell you attrition is a big part of drag racing? Hopefully these guys can make the pass. They're on the clock. Looks like he's going to try to do a burnout here. Close call, having some transmission issues, but they were able to get it in gear. Let's see if they can parlay that into a win. All right, burnout complete. The bike's running, but something's still not right. I don't think it's in gear. Tombo's going to try to get it in gear again. Wow, this is tough. These new age Hayabusas that run on the edge can be very difficult to maintain.
It's got him on the clock.
Here we go, we're off. Lottie does leave the line. The ZX14 fades a little bit. Here comes Lottie. We may have a fight to the finish down there at the top, and far end win light comes on Lottie's lane.
Goodness, Tombo. I think LL Cool J once said, "Don't call it a comeback." Wow, that was a comeback, though. Holy moly! Guys, that's why you can never give up in drag racing. Never give up.
And if you love old school KZs, check this out. He'll oppose the new age Hayabusa no bar bike. Old school versus new school, gotta love it. Oh, the no bar bike gets big time out of shape, spins hard, right lane goes nuts.
Celebration, Team KZ. Team KZ, how about it? How about it, Team KZ? He's amped. He's fired up. Come on, let's hear it. Let's hear it. They're fired up, baby. They're fired up. They're going to the next round. Phil, sorry about your luck there. That was just a violent wiggle. Was that him breaking it loose? What happened?
Yeah, it's just he's used to running pro street prep tracks, and he's trying to convert to running the slick on tracks out here and the plains, and it hasn't quite got it figured out yet, but we'll get there.
Good job riding to keep it on two wheel. And a great effort by you guys. They're not going to the next round, but they're always going to be tough. The Cycle Shop out of Manhattan, Kansas. And did you see how pumped up they were in the other lane? My goodness, things are going to get interesting. From our official starter here, we're finding out Tombo did not win that round. Is that what you're hearing?
Right, that's what I'm hearing.
We gave us an erroneous win light, so Schloop wins in the right lane.
wins it,
Okay,
goes final.
starter's discretion, guys. They were able to ascertain that Schloop took the win. They were having some issues with the timing system here today. They're getting it all ironed out, but what a show. Great turnout too. This one kind of has a rally, camping, dirt bike, hill climb feel. A lot of people tenting out in this green space. A lot of people here for the weekend. This is awesome. What a show. Let's see it. Final question for you here, not to end on a down note, but we know drag racing has a problem right now. We're losing drag strips left and right. We're hearing rumors that Kansas International Dragway could be in jeopardy. We hope not. Are you at all worried about this race moving forward because of that?
So, you know, the lady that owned this land and this drag strip just died this year. She was 100 years old. Helen loved this race. She wanted to have races. God bless her. Matter of fact, before she died, she signed a contract for 5 years for the people that own the track now, or that have the lease for it. So somehow they've got sideways. There's a big lawsuit. You know, it's political. I don't get into that, but it could happen. If not, you know, if we get close down here, we will go back to Arc City, which we've run in the past, and this race is not done. So
excellent. That's great news, guys. So stay tuned to cycledrag.com, because if we have to change locations, we'll give you all the info for the 51st. It's going to be awesome. Hopefully it's right here, though. Hopefully we keep this place alive, because man, I can just start rattling and humming between Atlanta Dragway, West Palm, Memphis. We have lost so many drag strips. Fontana recently. We need to keep these drag strips alive, don't we?
100%. And this is tradition. I mean, you know, it's family and friends. This truck, I've been here since when I was 9. So I've been here since I was 9 years old. So keep it going.
I said last question, I'm going to sneak in one more. What I love about this racetrack, too, they're doing a heck of a job on the starting line. But let's be honest, it is a tuner's battle. That adds so much intrigue. It's not one of these, you know, NHRA preps where you can just throw as much power as you possibly can. Guys are really having to read the racetrack. How entertaining do you think that makes it for the fans, that maybe the top dogs don't always win?
This is the perfect race for, it's not Bristol, it ain't Norwalk, it is Wichita, Kansas, okay? It's been here since the 60s. It's going to be a prep track, a tuner's track, and it makes it awesome racing. Because, you know, you see guys, you know, 2 guys go down straight fast, that's great. But if they're battling, spectator-wise, it's awesome.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much. Keep this spectacular race alive. You get something that few motorcycle drag racing promoters do that I always try to pass on. We're the diehards. We love drag bike racing, but it's the festival that will bring out the club members, the riders, and that's what we saw here. A lot of camping, a lot of barbecuing, all types of vendors here. That is the festival atmosphere that will bring people out to watch drag racing.
100%. That's what I love about this race, that you have metric bikes, you got clubbers over here, you got black, white, whatever. They all come together. We're here for one purpose: have fun.
That's right. There's no racial problems. There's no inequality. There's nothing at the racetrack. It is simply motorcycle racers. That is it. That's what I love about this. This is how I grew up, and you just see everybody as a motorcycle rider.
100%.
All walks of life welcome.
You betcha.
Well, thank you so much. Again, we appreciate it, guys. 50th running of Truett and Osborn has been awesome.
Thanks, guys.
Maybe the sketchiest set of steps up to the tower. Woo! You boys better stay on point, or Crazy Dave will get you, isn't that right? Guys, do we sure have an interesting top Fuel Harley final here from the 50th running of Truett and Osborn. This is the John Red Ray bike, 196 cubic inches. Dustin Warner looking for a big upset, only 120 cubic inches. It's an injected bike, but the advantage for Dustin, about half the weight. It's been a tricky racetrack here at Kansas International Dragway, and we'll see who can go all the way. Dustin Warner, right here. Here we go, an epic showdown to take us home. Warner looking for an upset on the smaller but lighter bike. Dead even off the line. Warner spins a little bit. Here comes Mitch Brown, top end charge at the far end. Mitch Brown takes the win, 634, beats a 640. Congratulations, Team Brown, John Red Ray. That was a close final, wasn't it?
Really cool.
I think they both had to pedal it.
Yeah, total tuners battle here this weekend, tricky racetrack. How were you able to make the right call?
Well, it just, you know, give me enough shots at it, I'll find it sooner or later.
I love that. Young lady, you guys from right here, how cool is it to be here in person, watch Dad get the win?
I mean, I've been waiting to do this since I was little, and this weekend when he asked me to be his bug, I was so excited. Especially when we did the big blower bike, it's just awesome because I've been waiting to do this since I was little.
There you go. Well, congratulations. Enjoy it. They take the big win. That was a thrilling final, guys. I told you, this was absolutely a tricky racetrack. We got to give Dustin Warner credit. It's a small little 120 cubic inch bike, but Mitch Brown takes the win over here. John Red Ray Dragway, puts a magic tune-up in it, and they get the win, does it in front of his family. How cool is that, guys? Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks to everybody for having us at the 50th running of Truett and Osborn. Our first time, boy, was it awesome. Hope it's not the last time at Kansas International Dragway, but we're hearing it might be. Let's hope not. We're losing drag strips like crazy, but I did talk to Scott Truett, and this race will be back no matter what, even if they have to go to another venue, but hopefully they don't. So thank you guys so much for watching. Really, really do appreciate it. You know, if there's anything fast motorcycles, we are in. Cycle Drag rolls on.